had an older sister, 15, and I am the youngest. I was 5. And right now, all my siblings are deceased. My biological parents are deceased. My adopted parents are deceased. My real family sits at this table, and they are my support. When my parents had us at home, they did not take care of us. We had no food, we had hardly any clothes, and 7 of us slept in a bed with wool coats over us because we didn't have anything else. It was not a good start in my life, but when they did social services, took 4 of us to the children's home. I had 2 brothers and 1 sister. And that sister was adopted by a school teacher in Kiwani. And I had not seen her for 50 years. But we have made contact, and we did as much as we could with her when she was alive, and we could go and do birthdays and Christmas and whatever with her. Then at the children's home, they were very compassionate, very loving, made me feel good. I had a roof over my head, I had food on the table, and I had clothes. So I really think that is wonderful, because that's what I didn't have. Because when my parents were home, they didn't take care of us. So we went to the dump to get food to eat. That's how we ate. And I had 2 brothers, Harold and Richard, that knew when this grocery store would throw out their bread and their milk, he would get it and bring it home, and that's what we had. So I live like a queen today. I mean, somebody really looked after us all, but we had some rough, hard times. But I got to the home, and they were very good. And there was a family from Chicago that came to see me and took me back. Things didn't work out. So I came back to the children's home. And when I came back to the children's home, they had arranged for Sagan Ellis Engstrom, which was my adopted parents. And I called Mom and Dad. So I did kind of a trial run and lived with them for a while to see if that's what I wanted. Well, of course, I was pretty young to know what I wanted. But I know that it was a Christian home and a loving home. And that's what's important. And both sides of then my parents adopted me, I think it was like in 53. And Reverend Dexel, which was a minister here, he came to the house and baptized me, which I thought was pretty special. You know, it was so informal, but yet so neat. He is no longer around. But my mom's family, my dad's family, after I was adopted, they accepted me just like I was born in that family. So I guess I really feel good about that. But one thing was, when I was adopted, my parents put some rules down. I could not see my real family till I was 18 years old. Well, it just so happened I met this guy, Don, and got married, and a lot of my family found out about it, came to the wedding, which I thought was great. And the children's home, if it wasn't for them, I would not have had a mom and a dad. And they were very special people. Just so my mom was a nurse, my dad did insurance right here in town, and they belonged to this church. So that's where I always came. And when I was at the children's home, they bussed us in, a regular school bus. We sat in one section in the church, and no other way did we sit. And if you didn't behave yourself, you had this tap on your shoulder, like, be quiet, you know. But I have not really kept contact with a lot of the people at the home. My best girlfriend, her mother was a house mother there. And she decided not to stay there, so she come and live with me, with my family, a year before we got married. And then she asked my parents, mom and dad, if she could stay a year longer. And they said yes. But she's deceased, so she's not around anymore. And my house mother out there was Dolores Southwood, and she is now deceased. But I have good memories, and I have some bad memories. I started my life real bad. But today, I have everything like a queen. So, and my family has just been marvelous with me. Love you all. Thank you.